Hi guys, so tonight is curry night. So I'm going to start off by making some naan breads. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some yeast, and this is just dried yeast. Now it is like sort of self-activating or whatever you want to call it, but I do tend to do this just to make sure that it is still okay, and I have recently bought it so it should be, but I always do this just to make sure. So I put some yeast in here. I put a teaspoon of sugar in, and then I've just put about 2 tablespoons of warm water, and then give it a bit of a mix around, and then you'll be able to see it sort of bubbling and start to activate. So that's just a couple of tablespoons in there, and as I say, some people will say this is not necessary, blah 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 blah. This is just what I'm doing. And I seen somewhere as well, right, that, because I was looking for fresh yeast, because I always used to use fresh yeast years and years and years ago, and then, like, you can't really get it anymore. It used to be in Morrison's. So I'm just going to leave that now. And then I seen somewhere, someone said they get it from Tesco's bakery, and they get it for free. The guy just labels it up, and they get it for free from Tesco bakery. And I was talking to the guy, I was watching him make the bread because I was fascinated with what he was doing, and I was having a chat with him and stuff. But had I known about that beforehand, I'd have asked him if they do what do you call it, fresh yeast. So apparently you can get it for free in Tesco, but I don't know whether that's true or not, but I'll be asking next time I'm in because I shop there. So in the bowl next, what I want is our flour. That's just all-purpose or plain flour. I just want a pinch of salt. That's a pinch. And then I want some oil, so bear with me. So this is 2 tablespoons of oil going in. This is just sunflower oil. So there's my oil going in. And then I want some milk going in as well. Milk, and if this mixture is like a little bit too wet to begin with, we can just add more flour. It's perfectly fine. And then I'm going to add some natural yoghurt or plain yoghurt, and I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of that into there, and then we're just going to mix. So we just want to mix and combine all of these, and as I say, if it's a little bit too wet, that's fine. We can always just add a bit more flour to dry it up a bit, but I think this is looking okay. So we'll just give it a good mix, and as I say, I do this first because I've got to leave this to rise a little bit and stuff, and it can take anywhere from half an hour to an hour to sort of double in size. So I tend to do this first, then that's sort of doing its thing while I prep the curry and make the curry. And this will be coming out in 2 separate videos, so I'll do the curry in one video, and then I'll do the naan bread in the other. Right. And then I'm going to add, should have added my yeast, you know, when I added the bloody milk. If I'm doing this normally, I can just do it. I don't know why. Little error there, but not to worry. Everyone will be shouting at the screens, where's the yeast? Where's the yeast? Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Right, that's a little bit sticky there, but I think that's just because I put the yeast in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my stand mixer. I'll just wash my hands 2 seconds. Oh, you can't even see me bloody bowl, man. I'm still using the old phone as well, guys. Right, so if you can see all my little jars in the background, honestly, I'm torture. I save all bloody plasticky things and jars and all sorts. So I've got my door hook on, and I'm just going to knead that. That's just going to knead it for 5 minutes. I'm going to keep an eye on it because it might need a little bit more flour. But as it needs, it tends to sort of like dry and whatever anyway, so we'll keep an eye. So this is now had its 5 minutes. I did add a little bit of flour in because it was a little bit sticky. And there's our dough. So it's still a little bit sticky there, but it's not leaving much on your hands or any, to be fair. And when we roll it out and stuff anyway, I'm going to be doing it on a floured surface. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to pop this back in here. I want to pop a tea towel over the top of the bowl and get a clean one. And just leave that now. Just leave that in the bowl, and it needs to sort of double in size or expand. So I'll bring it back when it's done whatever it's supposed to do. So this has been on a little over an hour, and I think it's safe to say that has doubled in size. So what we're going to do, we're now going to knock any air out of the dough. And what I should have done, what I forgot to do, is just coat the bottom of this tin with a little bit of oil, and it just stopped it sticking, but it hasn't stuck that much, just a little bit on. So I'm just going to get a little bit of flour and have a floured surface on the go. So it's at this point where we can sort of flavour, or you can just have a plain naan if you want. You can have garlic naan, cheese naan. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put that on there, and I'm just going to flour my hands. It's not like a full-on kneading session, it's just getting all of the air out of here. So I'm just going to do that. Just like I say, just getting all of the air out of it. And then what we're going to do is we're going to cut it into 4, because this here should do 4 naan breads. Cut that into 4. And we'll get 4 decent ones out of this. Right, so is that still... This temporary phone honestly is atrocious. I've just had to plug it in because it was battery's going a bit flat. So these are Nigella seeds, or Nigella Lawson seeds as I call them. So I'm just going to sprinkle some of them. Do you want cheese in your naan, Carl, or not? You want garlic? I never said garlic, I said cheese. So I'm just going to put them seeds in there and just give it a bit of a run through. It's all stuck on the top there, that will get them in. Carl wants garlic, but I'm going to do a little bit of garlic butter to brush on the top of them when we cook them. So I'll put some Nigella seeds in, and then I like cheese in my naan. I've just got a little bit of cheese grated up, it's just mixed to be honest. So I'll keep these ones plain, and they can be Carl and Dylan's, and then I'll do 2 cheese, and if anybody wants a cheese one with me, they can have the spare one. So I'll just put a little bit of that in there, plus a few seeds. Can you see what I'm doing? Yeah. And then I'm just going to mix that through. Just like that. And all the seeds and that will just come through when I roll them out later on. So after I've done this, I'm just going to leave them for 5 minutes to sort of settle again. We've got cheesy ones, which of these you can tell anyway when I roll them out which ones is which. And then you've got some with just the Nigella seeds in. And Carl wants garlic on his, but I'm just going to brush it with a bit of garlic butter at the end anyway. So, but if you want garlic, you can put garlic in them now. But yeah, I'm not going to
be cutting corners. I've waited 6 hours.
Hey, I'm not cutting corners. It'll be worth it. Cutting corners. I haven't been on all day actually. I've done housework and stuff while you've been out gallivanting. So I'm going to just leave them there for 5-10 minutes and then we'll roll them out into nan shapes. And for the garlic butter thing that I'm going to brush on the top, it is literally just that. It's just garlic puree stuff that I've got. You can use fresh garlic if you want, and then some butter, and I'm literally just going to mix it in together and then brush it on the top of the nans. So all I'm going to do now is I'm just going to roll these out because they've had like 10 minutes, and again they've gone nice light and fluffy. Let's have a look where you're at. I'm just going to plug this phone in. So I'm just going to roll these out into a bit of a nan bread shape. I don't suppose it matters, to be fair. Yeah, and you can see that the Nigella seeds is in that one. It's about that thick. And then we'll go and pop it in the pan. So there we go. And that dough feels lovely as well. So what I've got here is just a pan. There's nothing in it, there's no oil, there's nothing in it. It's a completely dry pan. I've put it on the gas and I'm waiting for it to heat up. I can sort of feel it heating up a little bit when I put my hand over. So I'm just waiting for the pan heating up. So let's go. Put that in. And we're just going to leave it now. Just leave it do its stuff. So there's our nan bread, and then I'm just going to take some of this butter here. Some people melt it beforehand, but your nan bread's that hot that you can just rub a bit on and it just melts in anyway. Like that. And then just leave that to one side and we'll crack on and we'll do the rest of them. So there you have it guys, a nan bread. I'm going to do some more. And like I say, that's brushed with garlic butter as well. So, but yeah, Carl's had a taste test and he thinks it's lovely. So we'll crack on and we'll do the others. And I've had a taste test as well, and it's really nice. So we'll crack on and get the rest done. Nan bread number 2. I think your second one's always the best one. Well, you're making sure your pan's hot enough but not too hot. So that's nan bread number 2. And there's the finished product. So we have Nigella seed and cheese nans. A couple of them's cheese. And it's brushed in garlic butter. And it's just ready to have with our main meal.